Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here. We're going back into the jungle, journey into the Savage Land, side quest, going in for another path, and we're going to use another compass. This is the team that I'm bringing for this path to try out and just kind of use some of the champs that maybe I don't get a lot of traction on. This path has the purple compass, and it's got Achilles Heel, so 20% damage unless it's from a special, heavy, or an unblockable attack. Is that what it was? Let's see. I think we're gonna look at the node here. Yeah. So we're gonna go in. First up, we're gonna go in with Mojo. I really like using Mojo. He is a little bit squishy. Block proficiency isn't fantastic. A lot of times I'll try to bring like a guardian on the team with him to kind of pair him up when I'm questing with him, but he's a lot of fun, and I do like the prompts and whatnot that are given to you to basically try to accomplish in the fight. Now there, I kind of got messed up. I ate a heavy, no big deal. Did get that armor break on, got some willpower healing, and Mojo can regen though. So here when you get the evade mission, there we go, got that down. And I'm not going to throw my special 2 yet. I'm going to wait to see what prompt I get. There we go, we throw it, and for a champ that's going to have buffs, Mojo really likes that. You can get a ton of damage, degen damage from nullifying them or having them expire quickly. Get a partial dex on that special too, but the block damage is still there. But you can see like he is just degenning away, but he's got a bunch of those furies, and with 50% health, not terrible. Mainly because I ate a heavy, because that was slow. But yeah, so then next up we have Thor Ragnarok. Now I brought Electro mainly for the synergy for Stealth Spidey on the boss. But I figured if I happen to get L3'd by this guy, get shocked, the shocks won't hurt. They will actually help me, right? I think he gets more damage when he's shocked, if I am remembering correctly. Yeah, you get like a fury and enhanced shock damage and whatnot, which Thor Ragnarok, he's not immune to shock, but he's very shock resistant. So you can see like the shocks don't do a ton of damage and they fall off really quick. Not a big deal. Now the one thing with strikers that I noticed was they do build up your combo count, but they don't build up your power. So they're treated just like a special attack, and trying to weave that in with Thor Ragnarok makes it a little bit more tricky, I think, just because you're not gaining power, but you're decreasing that combo count. So you can see I've started to just kind of store it off. I will use it a few more times here and there, but if you're wanting to use like a special 2 on Thor Ragnarok, there I just ran straight into him, and that was just on me. Getting hit in the face, it happens, and it can be a little bit fun. Kind of wakes you up, and let's go finish off the fight. But anyways, so for Thor Ragnarok, I think a champ like this, when you're fighting, using the striker feature can make managing like the combo that he has for that power gain a little bit more tricky. Like I wanted to throw more special 2s, but I basically, if I wanted to do that, I couldn't use the striker because I wouldn't get up to 2 bars of power before the power gain that Thor Ragnarok gets after 20 hits would trigger. Just because, I'm trying to think, Colossus is special 2, 1, 2, 3, there's 4 hits on that. So 4 hits that's bringing down his power gain meter thing, but you're not gaining any power. So Gotta be careful with that when you're using it on this guy. I mean, if you're planning to just throw special ones, it's not that big of a deal. And this is not like the most ideal matchup. I just brought Electro for the synergy that gives like enhanced fury and precision for Stealth Spidey. I'm gonna use Stealth Spidey on the boss. Longer fight, that's alright. I got a 6-star Electro, he's kind of fun. So next up, we're gonna move up to this Mangog, and I'm gonna bring in my rank 2 Sorcerer Supreme. I haven't used her a ton, and I figured that she would be a pretty decent option for this Mangog, just because I can do non 5-hit combos. Just I'm just doing like short 4-hit combos, and yeah, we're just gonna try to get up that regen on block. Now there, I let go of my block. I think that was on me. It wasn't like a game issue or anything like that. But again, getting hit, you know, waking Sorcerer Supreme up, saying, hey, it's time to fight. And yeah, we can get the slow active when, let's see, it's the power gain one, I believe. Because I think the Fury phase is armor break, and the armor phase is the regen on block. I didn't have the regen on block up on that one, which was unfortunate, but we just block all that. As long as Mangog doesn't have 10 or more of his hatred, then that L2 is fine to block. Otherwise it's going to be fully unblockable. So we throw off the special 3, got the Fury, we throw off the Striker Colossus, gets us fully unblockable, which is nice. And ideally, I would rather push this guy to his special 2, just because you can block it and not be in any danger. If he keeps throwing a special 1, he builds up his hatred every time you throw a special, and as long as you're not throwing 5-hit combos, you also do not build up his hatred. So there, finally he gets to 10. He is unblockable. I did have the slow up, which removes the unstoppable, and that would be up until you threw a special attack. So it's nice to have that slow there available. And we have the regen on blocks going, so when I can, I'm just gonna parry block what I can, get a bunch of regen back from it. And yeah, every special now that I'm throwing, I'm getting that regen on block, and getting that slow regen tick here and there. And I think, do we finish him off there? Nope, not quite finish him off. I think it was right here we finish him off. And so what we got hit at the beginning, you know, we ended up with 70% health. No big deal. These fights aren't like the craziest fights. You can pretty much, there's so many options to use. I'm just trying to get used to the striker mechanic at the moment. Yeah, next up we're going up against this Magneto with Black Widow Clairvoyant. And she's great for Magneto because she can put on the buff immunity debuff, and that can prevent his unstoppables, which is nice. You can stun on this fight, so you know, trying to get the openings is not the most difficult thing, but if he does do a heavy and you have that buff immunity up, you can get rid of it, which is nice. And I'm just going to switch to Hellfire and burn him down here. Boom. Very nice damage. Missed the dex on that, took that into the block, and pretty decent amount of damage. The one nice thing that the strikers do give is that, at least the Colossus striker, that unblockable, if you just throw it, it can get you the opening. I didn't use it in that instance, but I do in some others. It's just nice that you can get a really nice clean opening without having to worry about blocking, parrying, block baiting a heavy, trying to do like a true intercept. Like, you can pretty much go in fairly recklessly and be okay. Now you can get intercepted. And there I just whiff a couple heavies because I have deep wounds. He was low percentage, and so I knew that each heavy was gonna get 3 bleeds, which is 1% each. So I just whiffed those, which is kind of fun way to end some fights with Claire. Sometimes when you have the distance and they're at very low health. So we're gonna go in with Claire again. Vision. Now I didn't look, but the SIG level on this guy, I don't think it didn't seem like it was max SIG, because he only gained about 1 bar, and I think you can get 1.5 bars. So I switched to poison mode, and I was going to throw a special 2 there to drain him, and I got enough to where I accidentally, on that parry, it pushed me to special 3. Luckily he threw the special. He didn't get himself to special 3. So I whiff another heavy to get some charges because I'm still in poison mode, which he's immune to, which is going to build up those charges. We activate Death Touch, and we're going to still stay in poison, hit him with the heavy, bait out the special, and now we're going to race to the special 2 and switch to Hellfire while Death Touch is up, and we get basically double that energy damage. We barely almost push him to special 3 again, but we don't. And then here we go, finish him off. So Claire is a fun champ to use with where you have immunities in play. She can gain a lot of power, get a lot of damage, a lot of fun. Then last up, we're going up against this Tigra again. She's got the Achilles Heel, just like the that path where you 20% damage unless you're doing a special, a heavy, or an unblockable. It's got Rise to Power. They touch you after you knock them down. They're going to gain power. Extinction Protocol. They're going to slowly get stronger and get more power gain throughout the fight. And then Footloose, where you're going to get an unstoppable and evade buff on their special attacks. So I'm bringing in Stealth Spidey. We do apply the web phone pre-fight, and I made sure that it's stuck. Sometimes the pre-fights, they just suck, and you apply them and they don't stick. Sometimes you have to back all the way out and whatnot, but it sticks. We go in, we apply the slow, and we get the Fury and the Precision on the L1, and I'm trying to think, I think I don't reapply it. No, there I do reapply it. So I only have 2 left. We do push her to special 2. We need to bait that out. There, it does consume the unstoppable, but it doesn't consume the evade charge. So that was, when the slow fell off, it was still there, so she could have evaded. Special 1, so nice. Don't have to worry about the Footloose. And yeah, we finish her off, I think, right here. Boom. We never used the Striker Colossus, but oh well. So we get through it. Hopefully this helped give you a few ideas. I'm kind of liking Strikers more and more as I get used to it and use it more. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Peace.